Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Nier Reincarnation, the Karma upgrade ability was added to some Dark Memory costumes. In the latest event, there are coins that we can exchange for doing the farming. I wish they would make the Recollections of Dusk Karma that easy to do. Here, let's look at what costumes got it. Let's look at what kind of buffs we can unlock, and then think about who might be a good choice to use the Karma coins on. Alright, and then on my screen here, I've tried to filter it out as much as possible just to isolate the Dark Memory costumes, but there are some others in here, so just a warning there. But as for who got it, most of the girl monster costumes got it, but no Leon and no Theo, which is interesting because they are both the healers. I don't think that if they got Karma, they would be overpowered for any mode, so I wonder why they're holding back. Or maybe the programming is difficult for some reason. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, just going across here, there's Lavanya, Demas, Griff, Noel, Argo, Lars, Akeha, and then Gale, and 063Y, and F66X. Alright, but let's look at Lavanya here. He has a very kind of a typical Karma buffs selection, so we can look at him. For Karma slot 1, he has the typical attacker, so we see some attack, agility, critical rate, critical damage. At this point, I think the best use case for Dark Memory costumes is going to be PvE, like Fate Boards or Tower, possibly Arena. I have been seeing a lot of people try these characters out in Arena. For Arena, agility would be great. For PvE, I don't know. Critical rate, critical damage maybe? Alright. Karma slot 2. So we have the two types of speed up. One for character skill, one for weapon skill. And then we have the three types of extra damage. Bold Vigor, Caged Vigor, and Pursuit. And then in the third slot, we have the two status effect immunities. We have the damage mitigation barriers, we have a greater chance of more hits on regular skills for the team, and then this is new for Dark Memory characters, a one-time regen. These characters are not getting elemental resistance because they already have that naturally in their kit, so I guess we get this instead. One-time regen is interesting. It could maybe save you from agility snipes in Arena, allow you to take one more hit. And yes, the majority of the Dark Memory characters are going to have that set, but with, different elements, different status effect immunities. The one kind of different one is Argo here, and then he might give us a hint about what's going to come for Theo and Leon. But Karma slot 1, we have HP and defense as possible selections for the buff. And then as we're seeing, these have higher numbers than your Hatcher characters that can get the Karma. Not quite as high as the RD, however. Okay, Karma slot 2 for Argo, we see Bold Vigor, Caged Vigor. We have a one-time heal and a one-time regen, so he has the choice of both. And then defense up 20%. If you are building this Argo for a defense scale damage build, that could be attractive there. And then Karma slot 3, we have the two status effect immunities. Again, the damage mitigation barrier, raise the number of hits on regular attacks. And then finally, extend the duration of status boosting effects used by 15 seconds. Very, very interesting skill for a support character. And maybe, in some cases, the most interesting of these slot 3 abilities. But yeah, as of now, Argo is the only one who can get that among Dark Memory costumes. Alright, but let's think about who might be a good choice to take to Karma slot 2 or 3. And I think it's going to come down to what mode you use them for. But I think at this point most people are going to be using it for Arena, so let's look at everybody through the lens of Arena. Lavanya, of course, long-time favorite. At least like the first full year in Arena, he was very popular. He does have the Vigor, which is nice. Not quite as good, though, as like a damage multiplier. But you could give him a Bold Vigor or a Pursuit if you wanted to use him as an agility sniper. Demas, he does have the Caged Vigor baked in, but Caged Vigor is difficult to get to work in Arena. You could give him Bold Vigor or Pursuit in order to make him more viable in there, but I like to build off buffs that they already have, so I don't know. Attack value is pretty low as well. Alright, then we have Griff. I've seen a lot of JP users trying him out in Arena since maybe 2 or 3 seasons ago, and he's actually better than we might have expected. But he has Pursuit, just passive in him. It's only on attacks of 5 hits or more, so he can't use it on everything. But you could give him more Pursuit. That would also add extra damage to attacks of 3 or 4 hits. That might be attractive. If you want him to finish combos for you in Arena, maybe Caged Vigor would be okay, but yeah, this Griff is actually an interesting choice for Arena. And then we have Noelle. I feel like already having a heal, one-time heal going below 70%, would make the other heals or regens under 70% kind of less necessary. If it were at a different level, like 50% or 30%, that would be interesting. We're seeing that kind of work to great effect with Festival or Circus Lavanya. But yeah, having everything at the same HP level, I don't know. But I am a fan of using her, even if her damage output is low. Alright, here is Argo. This is another top pick, I think, for Arena. I've been seeing a lot of JP players using him as well. But he has the Bold Vigor out of the box here. So if we could add to that, you know, more Bold Vigor, maybe we could get him a one-time heal or a one-time regen so that he can keep his HP up, perhaps at 100%. We could give him another Bold Vigor so that he can have more damage up at HP less than 100%, which can be difficult to maintain. He would also be good as a defense scale damage dealer with those buffs that we just looked at, so yeah, interesting choice maybe. Alright, and then we have Lars. He might be interesting because of this Fatal, the critical hit damage. You will have to build him, you know, of course, to have a high critical rate. But yeah, I could see him making a comeback in Arena. And then Akeha, she also has a limited time critical buff, this time for critical rate. So you can really focus, like, memoirs or sub-weapons or whatever on critical damage. I've seen people with, like, you know, 240% critical damage, and then with the Karma'd up Akeha, hitting the damage cap with the AoE attack from her Dark Memory Sword. So she's also kind of experiencing a revival in Arena. I'm kind of seriously considering her, but we'll see. Okay, then we have Gale. She does have the limited time agility up, so you can certainly use her as a sniper, and then maybe putting Bold Vigor or Pursuit on her would be best, just to up her damage output. That's kind of the biggest thing holding her back. An agility sniper that can't one-punch guys is a problem, but Karma would help. Alright, and then finally we have 063Y. I feel like he's not viable as a main attacker in subjugations anymore, and then part of that is just because his character skill charges so slowly. But if you're crazy about using him in Arena, you could give him the Pursuit or Bold Vigor. Alright, and then finally we have F66X. She's very beefy, and then some people out there, they like to play with beefy Arena teams. And then, I don't know, you can give her also a Bold Vigor and Pursuit to raise her damage, but I don't know. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Dark Memory characters getting the Karma upgrade. If you wanted to focus more for PvE, you know, maybe those heals or the elemental resistance or the damage mitigation barriers would be interesting. They're already really good for those game modes, also including the Recollections of Dusk characters, because they have the innate elemental resistance. And then whenever the Leon and Fio and then the Sun and the Moon characters get their Karma, maybe I'll make another video about that. Alright, hopefully Recollections of Dusk characters have an easier way to get karma. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.